Hello and welcome to the Point English. My name's Ben, English teacher with almost 19 years experience. And today I'm going to teach you 10 advanced or proficiency level adverbs that will really level up your English. Okay, let's do this. So today I'm going to teach you 10 advanced and proficiency level adverbs. A couple of weeks ago I made a similar video on adjectives because adverbs and adjectives are two parts of speech which can really take your English to another level. And I know many of you are preparing for the Cambridge English exams, so including a few advanced level adverbs and a few advanced level adjectives can really impress the examiners and give you a better chance of passing those exams. Now I should mention that these videos are really introductions to this vocabulary. I really encourage you to think of your own examples when you're taking notes. I give my examples which I think are useful and interesting, but to really help you remember, it's a good idea to think of personal examples that have an emotional connection. Okay, so without any further ado, let's look at the first adverb. Undoubtedly. So this means certainly or without a doubt. So obviously we use this adverb when you're 100% sure about something. So maybe you're giving your opinion or it's just a fact. So if you're in a conversation and you want to emphatically convince somebody of something, then undoubtedly is a useful adverb. So an example sentence: the number of COVID infections in Europe is undoubtedly decreasing. So it's completely certain, it's a fact basically. I mean, sometimes it could just be your opinion, but a very strong opinion that you're completely sure of. And the second adverb today is astonishingly. So this basically means very surprisingly. So something that is unexpected, it's a complete surprise. Astonishingly, some people don't like studying English. It's completely surprising, it's unbelievable really that some people don't enjoy studying English. What's wrong with them? Okay, let's look at number 3, awfully. Now this one is interesting because awfully, you may know the adjective awful. So awfully means badly or very badly. So you could say he plays the guitar awfully. So he plays the guitar awfully, he plays it very badly. But the interesting thing about awfully is that if you use it with a positive adjective, it means the opposite. It means very good. So you could say he's awfully good at playing the guitar. So that's really emphasizing he's very good, he's excellent, he's wonderful. So that's what we call an oxymoron. It's kind of contradicting. It's two words that go together. It's a collocation, but it's kind of, they contradict each other. But in this case, it's to add emphasis. So when you say something is awfully good, it's extremely good. And the next adverb is reluctantly. Now reluctantly means unwillingly, but maybe you don't really understand what unwillingly is. So when you do something reluctantly, it means you do it even though you don't really want to do it. So you do it in the end, you don't really like the idea of doing it, you don't want to do it, but you do it reluctantly, so you do it in the end. So let's have a look at an example to really understand it better. I reluctantly agree with you that Real Madrid are better than West Ham. Okay, so I support West Ham. The person I'm speaking to is of the opinion that Real Madrid are better than West Ham, and I don't like that, but I have to agree, so I reluctantly agree. It's not something I want to do, but I do it in the end. I agree. Okay, the next one is a nice one. It's blissfully. Blissfully. And blissfully basically means happily or peacefully. It's kind of like a peaceful happiness. And we use it with an adjective, to modify an adjective. So often with collocations. And probably the most common collocation with blissfully is unaware. So to be blissfully unaware of something. So that means you have no idea that something has happened or it is going to happen. So an example. In February last year, we were blissfully unaware that the world was about to change. So I'm recording this video in June of 2021. So February last year was 2022, and in Europe at least, we didn't really know that the pandemic was going to happen and the world was going to change, that COVID was going to spread all over the world. So we were blissfully unaware. We had no idea of what was going to happen. So we used blissfully in this way to say, you know, we were happy before. We didn't know, but, you know, we were happy not knowing. So you can be blissfully unaware about something that's going to happen in the future, or blissfully unaware of something that is happening now, but you don't know about it. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Utterly. This is a good one, and I think it's very British English. You don't hear it so much in American English or other English-speaking countries around the world. Utterly. It basically means totally or completely. It's really to add emphasis to something. It could be positive or negative. In my example, it's positive. The banoffee pie we had for dessert was utterly delicious. So banoffee pie. Have you ever had banoffee pie? It's this fantastic dessert with banana and toffee and like a biscuit base. When it's done well, it's the most amazing thing you could ever eat if you have a sweet tooth. You can also use it in the negative, so you can say it's utterly ridiculous or utterly disgraceful. It's just really to add emphasis more than anything. Okay, the next one, unabashedly. Now this is a really proficiency adverb. So this means without embarrassment. When you do something without embarrassment. The film was unabashedly silly, but it was great fun. Okay, so it's just a silly film. They had no embarrassment about it. They felt no shame of that. It's just a silly film, but it's good fun. And number 8 is deceptively. Now, a synonym for deceptively is misleadingly. So it refers to something that makes you believe something that is not quite true. So an example is, the speaking part of the exam is deceptively difficult. So that means that perhaps on first appearances it seems quite easy. The exam seems quite easy, but in reality it's difficult. So it's deceptively difficult. It makes you believe one thing, but in reality it's something different. So we usually use deceptively with an adjective like simple, easy, difficult, tricky. So those types of adjectives. And again, it's to refer to something that makes you believe something that is not quite true. And number 9 now is fondly. Fondly. You may be familiar with the adjective fond, to be fond of something, to like something. And fondly is similar to have affection for something. And we often use it with remember. So I fondly remember a time before smartphones. So I'm saying I have nice memories of the time before smartphones. It was a better time, or it's just a good time. So for me, I have fond memories. I fondly remember. That's an adverb, fondly. Okay, and the last one, number 10, willfully. Willfully. So if you do something willfully, you do it deliberately or intentionally. So it's usually to cause damage or to cause harm to something or somebody. So we use it in a negative context. He willfully ignored the restrictions and entered the supermarket without wearing a mask. So this person in this example, it's that he knew what he was doing. It wasn't an accident. He intentionally and deliberately broke the law or ignored the restrictions. Okay? So again, you can use that in many contexts, but always negative. So there you go, your 10 advanced and proficiency level adverbs. Hit the subscribe button if you found that video useful, because I'm going to be making more similar videos in the future. Also check out my older videos, because I have plenty for you to enjoy. Okay guys, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you again soon for another video. Take care, bye. Unabashedly. Unabashedly.